Developing as we speak this morning, the details of the murder at the 7-Eleven gas station in Albuquerque that we first told you about yesterday morning.
Yeah, Albuquerque police have arrested 2 people in connection with the murder of a clerk, and right now they are searching for another man they say actually pulled the trigger. Now, we just learned about all of this overnight, nearly 24 hours after the ordeal. Plus, we now know the name of the clerk that was gunned down. Yes, we got a hold of the police report, and we know this is a very complicated case. We're going to break it all down for you right now. News 13's David Romero is live at that 7-Eleven gas station. It's on Central and University. David, what have you learned overnight?
Well, Matt, we found out a whole lot overnight after police had very little to say yesterday about what happened here. Now, according to the criminal complaint, 20-year-old Julian de Herrera, 22-year-old Dylan Villarreal, and 22-year-old Eloy Aguilar arrived at the gas station just before 1 yesterday morning. While there, police say Aguilar told the other 2 he wanted to rob the store, so he went inside. At the same time, police say de Herrera went up to a van full of people outside of the store and held them up at gunpoint, stealing their cell phones. A clerk saw that, ran outside, and called 911. Now, that's when de Herrera and Villarreal got back into their car. They say they heard a gunshot, so they took off. Police say Aguilar was trying to rob the store and fired the shot, hitting and killing the clerk. After that, he took off running. Now, police say they found de Herrera and Villarreal through a GPS tracker from one of the stolen cell phones. They were arrested and charged with murder, armed robbery, and tampering with evidence. Right now, police are still searching for Aguilar. Again, he's the one they say shot and killed the clerk. Now, this was a scene that has many in this area shaken up.
I'm there every morning pretty much, and sometimes at night getting coffee. So it scares the hell out of me.
Now, as for the victim, police say he was Chad Mercer. He was in his 30s, and he leaves behind a young child. Matt, back to you.
All right, very sad story there. Thank you for all the details and breaking that down this morning, David. Also, police say after the shooting, one of the people who got robbed tried to give Mr. Mercer CPR, but unfortunately it's too late. He died before he could get to the hospital.
New this morning, a man is fighting for his life after being stabbed. Police were called to a house near Texas and Central in northeast Albuquerque around 9:30 last night. They found the man had been stabbed in the chest. Now, he was rushed to the hospital and is now in critical condition. No word yet on any suspects. Now, police have closed Central westbound from Texas to Pennsylvania to process the scene. They say this closure could be in effect through the morning. Of course, we'll let you know when that opens up. It's a 2-decade-old case and a significant one since it could end in lethal injection, and that is something that is now banned in New Mexico. Michael St. Clair and Dennis Reese were serving time for separate murder charges when they escaped from an Oklahoma prison in 1991. Authorities say they came across Tim Keeling outside of a grocery store, kidnapped him, traveled into New Mexico, where detectives say they shot and killed him. Authorities say St. Clair and Reese also committed another random murder in Kentucky before being caught. Now, they were never prosecuted in New Mexico for Keeling's murder, because the district attorney at the time felt that the men would be in prison for life for the other crimes. But now the current DA hopes to have both been back here and tried. Both suspects are eligible for the death penalty despite the current ban on New Mexico, mainly because the alleged murder happened beforehand.
A body found in a pond in North Valley. Now, Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputies are trying to find out more about it. A maintenance worker found the body near Edith and Griegos yesterday morning. Investigators say it is so badly decomposed they don't know if it's a man or a woman. The area where this body was found has a fence around it, so now detectives are looking at what water flows into that pond.
They were mostly wanted to know what direction the lines came in and if the water flowed heavy enough that it could have washed the body in here.
And with all the rain we've gotten recently, it is very possible the water could have washed a body through that area. For now, detectives are treating this case as a homicide. Well, another bank robbery in Albuquerque, the second in just 2 days, and this morning, investigators think one person could be behind both of them. They say on Monday, this man with a gun, wearing a University of North Carolina baseball cap here and no shoes, held up a credit union near Uptown. You can see he had tattoos all over both his legs. Then yesterday morning, a man wearing the same kind of hat, we're told, robbed the Bank of the West near Gibson and San Mateo. There's a picture there, and just like the day before, the man pulled out a handgun. You can see it near the counter. Investigators say this man is in his 30s or 40s. He has a scar on his left cheek and a thin mustache, and he drove away in a silver Chevy Cobalt with New Mexico license plates.
A Demi, New Mexico family accused of helping to smuggle drugs to Mexican drug cartels goes to trial. Jury selection began yesterday in Las Cruces for Rick and Terry Reese and their 2 sons. The 4 are accused of conspiring to sell dozens of firearms and thousands of rounds of ammunition from their Deming gun store to undercover federal agents posing as straw purchasers for the cartels. They all deny the allegations. This morning, police need your help in finding a missing elderly woman. Take a good look at this picture here. 84-year-old Bessie Whitkin was last seen in Santa Fe on June 25th. Investigators believe she could be in danger. If you've seen Bessie or know where she might be, you're urged to call police.
A warning for you now about another scam that is going around. This one is targeting people with Xcel Energy. This mainly affects people in and around Carlsbad. It's where investigators say customers are being told they can pay their bill on the phone or online with a routing number from the scammers, who then ask for your personal information. Xcel says this is not how it does business. If you encounter the scam, please call police.